The central storyline to this Final Four is Tommy Lloyd and Dusty May. Arizona, Michigan, that's the main event on Saturday night. Some are viewing it to be a pseudo-national championship. If we're being honest, that's a bit of a stretch when Dan Hurley's on the other side and he's won 2 of the last 3 national championships. But you have these 2 heavyweights that have won by an average margin of 20 points per win throughout this tournament. Both teams have. These 2 head coaches, they are the central storyline to this Final Four. For Tommy Lloyd, he has proven to be best equipped for today's college basketball landscape. If you're wondering what makes him such an appealing coach, what is the secret sauce to Tommy Lloyd, his superpower dating back to his Gonzaga days has been international recruiting. Think about all the great players from Gonzaga during his run with Mark Few prior to being named Arizona's coach 5 years ago. Sabonis, Hachimura, Turiaf, Kelly Olynyk, yes, we'll count him, he's from Canada. Killian Tilly. At Arizona, we see it with this team. Karchinkov, Krivas, De La Rosa. Hitting on international players in today's college basketball, it is a huge advantage because in the landscape today where you need to have a big budget in order to compete, one way you can close the gap or equalize if you don't have the biggest budget is by getting really talented players on the cheap. And even though a lot of these international players play professional basketball in Europe, it is cheaper to bring those guys in, and those guys make more playing at the price in college basketball than they make overseas than you would if you're trying to land the top American talent. So finding a coach who is that talented, that plugged in, that connected on the international market, it's great because those players are generally older, more polished, and yes, as we mentioned, cheaper. Despite not having the best budget in America, Arizona, under Tommy Lloyd, has been the best team in college basketball this year, and he's been able to land some of the top freshmen as well. If you're saving on your budget by landing international players, then you can spend more and bring in Braden Burries and Koa Pete, who are 5-star recruits and potential lottery picks. So that's the story with Tommy Lloyd. Dusty May, meanwhile, he just took his second program to the Final Four this decade. Here is the list of active head coaches to take multiple schools to college basketball's biggest stage. You might have heard of these people. Rick Pitino, Kelvin Sampson, Dusty May. That's the list. But what separates May from Sampson and from Pitino, he took Florida Atlantic to the Final Four. Big East and Big 12 schools, that doesn't compare in terms of the challenge of doing that as he did a few years ago. And it's only taken Dusty 2 years to turn Michigan into a monster. You can make the case that Michigan's ceiling is higher than Arizona's is. And that leads to real stakes on Saturday night. The winner is going to be a heavy favorite in the national championship game. Bigger point spread than we're seeing with either of the games on Saturday night. The loser is going to be heavily pursued by the North Carolina Tar Heels. And you have both coaches being asked about this. Let's get to the latest on that. Dusty May was talking with Jeff Goodman of the Field of 68, and you're not getting the straightest of answers here.
I decided last year when my alma mater came open that no matter what you said, it could be misinterpreted, and so I'm forever going to not comment on any job that's not mine. I'm incredibly happy and honored and blessed to be the coach at Michigan in the Final Four, representing this amazing university and athletic department, but I'll never comment on a job.
Never going to comment on a job. Well, isn't that convenient? La-di-da. Tommy Lloyd has been asked more about this. He was at a press conference again. Let's see if he's refined his answer at all. This is again from earlier today.
Listen, I got my full focus on this team. Nothing is distracting me. And that's just how I've decided to approach it. I'm excited. I thought we had a really good practice today. I'm excited to plan for a practice tomorrow. And Myron, you've got to know me over the years. I'm a simple guy. I'm kind of just one thing at a time. I'm not a multitasker. You can ask my wife. So I'm 100% locked in on Arizona basketball right now, and I'm excited to see what this team can do. I have a real strong belief in this team, and this team deserves my full attention, so that's what I'm giving them.
Can I tell you the best part about that answer, didn't they, during the press conference, talking about how sometimes you might lack self-awareness with the answer you give? What's happening Monday night that might be big in college basketball? Oh, wait, the transfer portal opening up. And Tommy Lloyd this week has talked about how, guess what? Coaches need to multitask. Oh, I'm not a multitasker. Ask my wife. Are you not a multitasker when it comes to the portal opening up, Coach Lloyd? Probably. This is the part where we're on the fence whether or not even to play these clips. Because some are going to listen to that and say, oh, clearly this means that they really want the North Carolina job. Because otherwise, they'd be out there saying they don't want it and that they're going to stay at the school that they're at. Well, not necessarily. Ask yourself this question. What benefit is there really to Dusty May or Tommy Lloyd saying, even if they fully intend to come back, telling us that they fully intend to come back? What benefit is there for them? In fact, just like you might think, oh, well, it's so obvious that him giving a non-answer there means that he's been contacted and he's interested in the job, you could easily say it's just as likely the reason they're saying the same answer is because they have leverage in this situation over the school that they work for. It's been reported that Dusty May at Michigan at a point this year was taking commercial flights in the year of our Lord 2025, 2026, the season. That can't happen at Michigan. Well, if you don't want to take commercial flights anymore, I know one way you can leverage it. Hey, I'll stay with you if we up our NIL budget and we're also not flying commercial anymore. Same thing goes with Tommy Lloyd. You hear people complaining about the budget or whatever. They're not making as much as they want in Arizona. One way to help you win at Arizona, if you fully intend to stay at Arizona, is to leverage it. But another reason why these two coaches are the biggest storyline of the Final Four this week, unless Dan Hurley cuts down nets for the third time in 4 years this week, these coaches, Brad Underwood, Tommy Lloyd, Dusty May, one of them's going to become the next active head coach to win a title. And specifically with these two that are viewed to be of the younger crop of coaches, the next generation of the best coaches that we have in college basketball, when you look at the list of active coaches to win a title right now, there's currently only 7 of them, as we mentioned. And the 2 that are under the age of 55 years old, Todd Golden, who won last year at Florida, and Dan Hurley. The rest, they're older. It's Bill Self, it's Scott Drew, it's Rick Pitino, it's John Calipari, it's Tom Izzo. So having some new blood would be really good for the sport as well, and that's why, once again, this is a central storyline at the Final Four.